Hello, everybody. I am Meso.
And I'm Eljay.
And we're here today to have a bit of a sit-down chat with you all in a very irregular format. An old-school pre-recorded video, state of the channel address, more or less, which we have not done since, 2018?
I was about to say, was it right before I came back?
I think it was the iconic The Future of the TTV Channel video where we outlined all the changes we were making with me and Var. But now, hate to say it, we're splitting up. I'm sorry.
It's tough.
It's sad. It's tough. No.
It's all right. The good news is you're getting 2 Christmases now, so no, I'm kidding.
All right. So in all seriousness, this is very important. In this video, we're going to outline a very substantial change we're going to be making to the way we operate on YouTube, some of the rationale behind why we're making this change, what you can expect going forward, and everything in between. LJ, do you want to give us the kind of the cliff notes of what we are doing?
No, you can do it.
I can do it?
I'm kidding. I'm just screwing around. So, as far as what we're doing, we're essentially making a new channel, and we're starting from scratch. So, the TTV channel, we've been kind of monitoring this trend for a while, and unfortunately, we've come to the realization that our videos are not getting recommended to the people that are subscribed to us. And there are a few reasons for that. They're numerous. For instance, a lot of our audience just isn't watching the content that they subscribe for. And part of that is because we don't make that content anymore. Part of it is because there have been so many shifting names and faces. You know, the channel has changed in numerous ways. In some instances, the videos are just not getting recommended to subscribers, so even if they did want to watch the content, they don't really know that it's out there, and they don't watch it. And then, of course, there's the issue of the algorithm isn't sharing it outward, so not to subscribers. Even though the majority of our viewers are not subscribed people, it's not getting out there into the internet sphere to actually be seen by people. Sometimes we're able to break that mold, break that trend. For instance, our Ultimate Ninjago recap video completely broke through, got into the algorithm, and shot off toward the sky, which is great.
It's like the first and only video to do that in years. Since Biocraft, I would say.
Yeah, and with Biocraft, I would say a lot of that came from the fact that our audience, a lot of our old audience, really wanted to see that. We had hyped it up for like a month, a while at the very least.
Yeah. And
it's kind of a great combination, Bionicle and Minecraft. Like, Minecraft is already very popular, so it was bound to do well, and we appreciate all the support from the people that watched it and enjoyed it.
Factually, it's just one of those things. We have 68,000 subscribers, exactly, by the way, as of recording this video, so thank you for that. But I would argue, I don't have the exact statistics in front of me, I would say about 80% of those subscribers, maybe even more, subscribed during a lengthy period of time, about a decade, where we were making completely different content. 100%. They either came for Biocraft, they either came for our Bionicle G1, nostalgia videos, they came for the TTV, content initiative, recap review, top 10 mock spotlight, on eBay today extravaganza from way back when, or they came as a result of Bionicle G2 hype. I would say a microscopic percentage of those current subscribers subscribed to us because of Lego System Reviews, Monkey Cast, Ninjago Cast Reacts, or Ninjago Cast. Just factually speaking, that's the case. And because of how YouTube handles things, there's a myriad of reasons it could be that our videos aren't getting out there, but I think that is really the predominant case. There's such a large pool of people who just don't care about that content, but they're registered as subscribers. So it counts, negatively against us, basically. Essentially, it's like the weight of the dead subs, people who don't follow us anymore because Bionicle's long dead, just kind of acting as an anchor for our outreach potential.
Yeah. And unfortunately, it is what it is, and it's something that it's hard to combat against unless you're just in the know and constantly following changes in algorithm trends and shifts, which we historically haven't.
No, yeah. Definitely not.
And the reason we want to do this, I mean, of course, we want people to get to see the videos that we make. We have a lot of hardworking people here that make really, really good content. And, the expectation is good content begets people enjoying it. And in this instance, it just isn't shaping up the way that you would expect it to.
When we're training new people to learn how to do set reviews, basically from scratch, people we've known for a long time as friends, but haven't actually done content before, and they want to, and they pour like weeks into doing reviews basically, and they get like 200 views a pop. When videos of the same set review get put on YouTube and get like thousands of views. That's something that would default with the channel, basically. They're being punished for something outside of their control. Yeah. And we'd like to change that.
And of course, making a new channel is not a guarantee that all of a sudden every problem is solved and the videos will start getting sent into the algorithm and people are going to be like freaking out, like, oh wow, these are great.
It could backfire completely, or it could take like a year or more. Who knows?
Absolutely. And it's definitely not to say that every problem is just because of the algorithm. That's not it at all. But it is definitely something we know is an issue, and it is a hindrance. And when you spend so much time and effort and energy in putting that into these videos to make them high quality, and then it doesn't match up to where the channel is, like the amount of subscribers, you're like, oh, well, okay, it should get this amount of views. And that is a personal, like, it's a boon, it's exciting. And when that doesn't happen, for a lot of people, that's very demoralizing. And we at least want to be in a place where we can say, hey, maybe it's this issue, maybe it's for this reason, but we know at the very least it's not because we aren't being given a fair shake by the algorithm.
Yeah. It's essentially removing as much reasonable doubt as we can. And then if we fail, well, it's by our own merits. We can't blame it on YouTube at that point.
Absolutely.
So what is this channel going to be called?
This channel will be called Keep the Peace.
KTP.
It's funny because sometimes we don't do that.
No, that's kind of the meme. With all the arguments and the debates and the yelling on the podcast and the contrarian hot takes and the roasting of Ninjago on a regular basis because of their god-awful crystallized finale. We don't often keep the peace, but maybe we'll try to going forward.
Yeah. But no, that's Keep the Peace. The channel's already up, and by the time this video is up, there will be videos on the new channel. We will, of course, be linking it below and posting it everywhere. We'll get more into that in a moment. Let's talk about what's changing here at TTV, because this channel isn't going anywhere.
Yes. So, in regards to the TTV channel, I would like to say that I take some responsibility, a large part of responsibility for how this channel has gone in a negative trajectory. And it's like, well, what do you mean by that? Well, the core pillars of this channel's content used to be things like the TTV podcast, and then it kind of transitioned and became Bionicle content, Knack and Jay's, Top 10s, independent Bionicle-led series. The TTV podcast, in essence, was the core linchpin. And as a result of my life getting busy and as a result of me, having to juggle all these responsibilities and college and jobs and dealing with the rest of the people on the channel's shifting interest levels, the TTV podcast kind of fell by the wayside. And I'm not going to blame the channel's full direction on that one show, but I do think losing a core part of the identity that the channel once had kind of may have caused a domino effect where other things started to fall through the cracks. Additionally, it has to be stated, the canon contests and that whole fiasco, as we got into, and I think our last and second to last Knack and Jays we did, really killed our motivation to do Bionicle content. We spent years on those contests, and the community had a lot of really fantastic creations, and a lot of good came from it. Not a lot of good for our mental health. It was really just a knock-on, stockpiling negative effect. So, going forward with this channel, I would like to correct that. This channel will basically serve as a hub for any and all Bionicle content, of which I would actually like to make. I would like to do regular or semi-regular Knack and Jays. I would like to bring back the mock spotlight for Bionicle-related creations. I would like to do more creative Bionicle-related projects in the future and put those here. Any news videos that may come out that are related to Bionicle. If anything ever happens with Bionicle again, if we find out any new information, if some rumors next year turn out to be true, who knows? Who knows what could happen?
Yeah. But no, I definitely want to compound on that. The canon contests, I still haven't recovered from the burnout I'm experiencing from those canon contests.
Yeah.
It was suffering for 2 years.
Yeah. So when you have the core of the content kind of going away and then our own personal motivation to make content damaged, I think that's also contributed a lot to why you don't see Bionicle videos. Because we still love Bionicle.
Mm-hmm.
I could talk about Bionicle any day of the week, but you need that creative spark to make content for it. We've talked about everything analytical that can be talked about. Not to say we can't do it again or with a new spin, but ideally for new content, there'd be a creative element, and that has been missing. And I'm hopeful we can get that back in the future. I would like to return the TTV podcasts to at least some degree of routine. Can't promise weekly, maybe twice a week. Oh, no, not twice a week, no, twice a month, sorry. Maybe monthly. But I would like to get that back to at least every now and again. You check in, you hang out, we talk about our lives, and we trade funny stories. But I will be honest, when I tell you all, that's basically all the content that will be going here. If there's ever anything Bionicle related, it will go here. And if there's ever any random content we want to do relating to us as people, it will go here, like the TTV podcast. Or like, I don't know, if we ever wanted to do a TTV Talks again, or a review of a movie or something, it would go here. But all other LEGO content, set reviews, system-related mock spotlights, reaction videos, LEGO game Let's Plays, podcasts of all other types besides Knack and Jay and the TTV podcast, those will all be going on Keep the Peace, as well as new stuff. Think that's fair?
That is accurate. So you're going to see the frequency of updates and uploads on this on this channel decrease significantly. It will still be updated every so often, of course, like Meso was saying, so if some rumors do turn out to be true, you can know when to expect us, but by and large, we're going to be shifting operations over to Keep the Peace for multi-week updates and video uploads.
Just because that's where stuff is happening. That's where the news is happening. That's where current events are happening. Whenever we have a spark of inspiration for Bionicle content, or ideally a regular routine schedule of Knack and Jay TTV, Knack and Jay TTV, that'll be the rhythm you can start to settle into on this channel, but it will be more spread out.
Mm-hmm. That's correct. So there'll still be a couple more videos, I think, coming out on this channel, but again, yeah, by and large, it is moving over. and that's where we're gonna primarily be.
And we've darkened our colors on TTV to signify the change. It's in stasis.
We've gone back to an older color scheme.
It's epic. I like the symbolic change.
Mm-hmm. But, some questions some might answer. What about Construction as a whole? And right now, that's still under deliberation, so if Meso ever does end up doing a Hero Factory set review series, cough.
It's my long-standing wish. I simply lack space and time, but I do plan to do it. I own like 95% of the sets at this point. I don't know. I'd like feedback on it. Because you could make an argument for both. You could say, well, it's Construction, and it's related to Bionicle, and it's related to the channel's history, so it would go here. But then you could say, well, if you're putting work into growing a new channel, and you're almost not abandoning this one, but it's not a priority, would you really put all that time and not have it grow a new channel? I don't know. It's food for thought. Because Hero Factory, it is Construction, but it's also just another story theme. And story themes will always be our specialty.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like some feedback, but it's neither here nor there right now. That isn't happening immediately.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. So, yeah, I think that kind of covers everything. I don't know if there's anything else to talk about.
Nothing at the moment. This will not be the last time we talk about it, because there will be some long-standing potential changes. Eventually, I would like to do something with the message boards. I would like to do a wholesale kind of restructuring of the message boards, maybe even change their name, to reflect our growing, not brand, but you know what I mean? We've expanded past TTV. I don't know if it's accurate to call them the TTV message boards. Likewise with our Patreon, we maybe will rebrand that in the future. Nothing to announce at this time. Right now, we're just focusing on getting the channel itself up and running. But the message boards and the Patreon are not going away. It'll all still feed into our overall efforts to make the same content we've been making, just better, more of it, more consistent, and hopefully higher viewed. Yep. And if you would like to check any of it out, please come over and subscribe. And do all those YouTubeisms that we never tell you to do. Like smash that like button and post that comment. That stuff will actually matter to us when it hasn't really for many years, which was a falsehood for us in general. But we just kind of stopped caring about saying that kind of stuff. But it does matter, and we're going to be growing a channel from the ground up. So if you are interested in the content, any engagement will help.
Yeah,
and
pretty much.
To anybody who feels sad about this, I'm sorry. Really, functionally, nothing is changing from how it is right now. It's just being split up. Rest assured, we're not abandoning Bionicle. Bionicle's too instrumental in our lives, but we have needed to take a long stretch of time to reevaluate our place in the Bionicle fandom and the Bionicle hobby, and to be honest with you, it's still in the reevaluating process.
Yeah, I've taken a significant step back, that's for dang sure. Like, I'll retweet something on Twitter every so often, I'll talk about Bionicle every so often, but by and large, I need to go back and listen to our Is the Bionicle Community Toxic Knack and Jay episode and see how much my opinions have changed.
Oh no, you're right. Oh no.
Yeah, because we did do that one.
So, we have plans on how to kind of fix that. I think doing more regular Knack and Jays is a good start. I think taking time to think about our own passions and how we want to express them in terms of Bionicle, that's a good start. Forcing content that we're not interested in making, I think is just a bad approach. And I don't really think the old TTV style and the modern TTV content really meshes that well. So Keep the Peace is going to act as a natural separation That's kind of the goal. But we're not going anywhere. You guys will know where to find us. And you will hear from us again very, very soon right here. And I thank you for the many, many years of following our content and just generally being supportive. We don't really get to talk to you guys as much nowadays, especially you long-time fans. But I know whenever we do release Bionicle videos, plenty of our old followers still show up. They still post nice comments. I know you guys are out there.
I just want to give a special shout out to one of my favorite longtime viewers, Toby Echozap.
Yeah.
He is a constant trooper, and it is always so good to see him.
I agree. And it makes me happy, to know that you guys are still out there. Don't feel obligated to come over and watch content you're not interested in just because we're moving over and we're making it. That may actually hurt us more than anything else in the algorithm. Only subscribe and only watch our content over there if you genuinely like it. Mm-hmm. We want to cultivate a organic audience of people who like that Lego system content, and the people who are here will like the Bionicle content. And that's kind of how we're going to go. So thank you for listening to our rambles. Do you have anything else to say, Elj?
No, I think I'm good.
All right. So that's youtube.com /keepthepeace. Right? And that is peace as in Lego peace, because we're funny.
Are we?
Yes.
Nice.
I mean, no, it's youtube.com /keepthepeace.
Is it at now?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, no. It's TTV, it is. It's at the TTV channel. So, yeah, at Keep the Peace.
Cool. All right. Well, that's all we got. Thank you, as always. I'm Meso.
I'm Eljay.
And we will see you around.